So, how does communication work? What you're seeing, the image, is a model of how communication works as explained through the lens of NLP. NLP being neuro-linguistic programming, neuro being brain, linguistic being the language, and then how we use that language to program our minds to inevitably get what we want, because either way we're getting something and we might not be satisfied with what we're getting, so we may be running at an unconscious level. So once we bring these faculties to a conscious level, we can utilize them because now we're aware that they're there, so we get to use them as opposed to them using us. Make sense? Cool. So back to the NLP communication model. How does communication work? So right now you're hearing the sound of my voice. You might be hearing the chimes in the background. You might be hearing whatever else it is you're hearing. So it starts here. So there's an external event, me, this video, right? It's coming in through your senses. You're seeing, hearing, feeling me. So you're taking all of this information in, external events coming in. Once it enters into your awareness, now it begins to go through a set of filters. The first three filters are delete, distort, and generalize. These are pre-programmed filters that we come into the world with. So we're running these programs whether we are aware of it or not. Cool? I'll go more into that possibly a little later, just overviewing. Especially if you've never seen or never even thought of a question like this, this is just exposure to something new. It may be fun, it can be helpful. Definitely having an awareness of opening your understanding, I think, of just yourself and the way you work is empowering. And additionally, we'll get back to that. So after delete, distort, and generalize, right? So some of the information is coming in, it's being deleted automatically. Might be distorting it. And our brain, as a way to deal with all of the information, is over millions of bits of information per second. Millions of bits of information are entering our neurology per second. So in order to handle all of this, these filters are very necessary, or we might, I don't know if we'll self-destruct, but overwhelm may be imminent. So once you get through these filters, that same batch of information then goes through a set of additional filters: time, space, matter, and energy, languages, memories, decisions, metaprograms, values and beliefs, as well as our attitudes. Just pausing for a second. Boom. So that batch of information, then once it goes through all of these filters, this is how communication works. Primary question. Once it goes through all of this here, and this is all happening in real time, much faster than I'm talking about it. Internal representation. We make a picture of that information that we're receiving. The unconscious mind thinks in pictures. We make a picture of that. That then creates a state, that image that we hold of the information. Somebody may be presenting something to you, and because it sounded like, or they smelt like, or they said it like, one of these filters distorts it, deletes it. You're deleting some things. You made a picture, and now you feel. What do you feel? Could be anything. There's a myriad of options of what we can feel. But after we make the picture, that then creates a feeling. It's all connected. The mind and body is one. And that state, the emotional state, then creates a physiology. Our body, like I said, our body then conforms to that emotional state. So for instance, if you ever felt depressed or know someone who's felt depressed, then you know that to feel depressed, you have to have a specific type of posture. The posture of someone who just won a championship is gonna be slightly different than someone who's experiencing the process of depression. Because physiologically, you can't feel depressed and not kind of curl up or get into a protective state because you're feeling this vulnerability. So this is what's happening. All right, we can definitely go more in depth, but I wanted to keep it short. So that's all relative. So once we get through all of this, it's all coming in. Last result is our behavior. So we act. So information comes in, goes through these filters. We create a picture. That picture, that image creates, puts us in an emotional state. The emotional state, then our body reflects that emotional state and we behave. And this, my friends, is how communication works. I would love to hear questions. That would be awesome. So how can this help you now that you know this? Till next time.